Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to not Assassin's Creed tonight. I just realised I left this on the other character. I was just testing, double checking the volume levels. Yes, back to Tim. That's where we're going. So, yeah, I decided I needed at least a week's break from Assassin's Creed Syndicate after last week's rather frustrating a couple of hours of gameplay. And also losing that entire stream didn't really help with the mood. So I decided I was going to do something different this Monday, and I decided, well, I might as well, because we didn't progress through Diablo as fast as I'd hoped last Friday. I thought, well, I'll finish Diablo off, and then that just frees up everything, and I can just start anew on Friday, deciding what, I'll maybe have decided by then what I want to stream next. And yeah, I selected the wrong thing. Let's I don't know what. Why is it not letting me? Okay, it's not letting me select adventure mode. Excuse me just while I check something. Right, this is the other character I was playing during this season. Game settings. Yeah. Okay, so that's something rather annoying to discover. That if you create a new hardcore character and just play adventure mode during the course of a season, when the season ends, you can't go back to the adventure mode. So I'm basically being forced to play the campaign now. So really, it's just as well I did those all the
This place reeks of the dead.
stuff involving bosses, because otherwise I would have had to do a heck of a lot of stuff to get to those bosses, seeing as they're in Acts 4 and 5. That's rather annoying.
Prophecy sent me in.
Captain Rumpert, more dead are coming. We can't
But
open
to
the
be
gates
fair, I
until we
won't
drive them
actually be
back.
continuing this character after I've gotten the Platinum Trophy, so it doesn't matter a huge amount, but it just would have been... It's possibly going to slow down
I've never seen anyone fight like that before.
my leveling considerably.
You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn. Zakharum has fallen to disgrace.
I just check, I don't have anything. Season cash, right, hold on. See, it's definitely fully aware that I was playing in a season, but and I wonder if and what's his name is not there, so I can't even change what special powers I've
Are
got.
you Leah? Rumford
I
said.
did.
Came back. Watch out! The wounded are turning.
That's annoying.
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all unless something is done.
Okay,
I will
Thank
make.
you.
I'm going to skip through the story because it's honestly not important.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, but now he's dead. 16 militiamen went out. Only Rumford came back. How can that help us?
Okay, he's still at least at max level. What about... Oh, this is unhelpful. Very unhelpful.
What can I do? Thanks for the war.
Well, they're attacking the barricades! There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Oh, it is... Oh, we will have to see it.
Wow. This is
This is maybe going to really slow down my leveling. Okay, I'm glad I decided to do this tonight and find this out early. Because the season only ended yesterday. Yes, the season was over and it has caused a problem. The season ended yesterday. And it turns out, if you create a hardcore character during the season, and the season ends, you can't access adventure mode with that character. My other character I took through the season, I'm a demon hunter, no problem, but it refuses to let me select adventure mode with the wizard. And it also means I've lost access to the Kanai's Cube, Covetous Shen and Enchanter. She's gone as well, so I've kind of been massively nerfed in what I can do, which is annoying. Well, this is the thing, adventure mode should be unlocked because I played through the entire campaign with a character. But if, I suppose it means you need to have actually unlocked it using a hardcore character. Which is really annoying. I'll be honest, I am just going to go through this until I hit 70 and that'll be me done with this character for good. Which was probably going to be the case anyway, but even more so now. And this is going to be a problem because it's going to, I believe this is going to significantly slow down my XP gain. So it's just as well I decide to do this tonight because I might need this. Yeah, like Simon's confirming, yeah, it's separate and hardcore, so. Yeah, it means I may well need both tonight and Friday to do this now because I don't know how much exactly it's going to slow down the amount of XP I can gain. Because even in that, I can't. There's nowhere I can go to, so I'm kind of stuck into the main storyline.
where's all the treasure? The fiends didn't take it, did they?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know if it'll be as fast as just barreling through all the bounties in adventure mode. But to be fair, this may be the last time I ever need to play hardcore mode. I'm not sure because I know there'll be the Rise of the Necromancer expansion trophies, but I haven't actually
Surrendered to evil and paid the price.
checked if any of them include hardcore mode. Oh, and I see a character from Bethesda game has been added to Smash. Technically. And not the one everyone was hoping for. I did laugh. We found out one of the new Mii Fighter costumes is Vault Boy from Fallout 4. Well, Fallout. All the Fallouts.
Don't you miss me? Just a little?
And I honestly don't know enough about Min
Thank you for
Min
your help.
or
But nor
ARMS
should
to
you.
know if they are a good choice out of all the ARMS characters.
Come,
We'll
let's...
need
I think a few people were maybe expecting if they were going to have an ARMS character, they might do it a bit like
Here, let me open the gate.
the Bowser kids,
Adria was my mother.
and of
I
each
don't know much
colour
about her.
being
She
a
died
different
when I was very young.
character.
I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What
Well,
about your father?
Simon approves of the
I'm
ARMS
told he
choice,
was a
so
great warrior who was lost when
that's good.
Tristram fell to the demons.
That's really been the only bit of gaming news since last Friday. There was some presentations this week. There's the NGP New Games Plus X presentation from Japan tomorrow, which has SNK and a bunch of other Japanese companies showing off some stuff. Don't know what's going to be shown there. You never know, we might get a first look at King of Fighters 15, which would be nice. Then the 24th and 25th, I forget which is on which day, but one day is the Square Enix
Cellar.
Avengers game presentation, which I'm interested in because
People said she
I
was
have
rich,
interest in that game,
never
but
believed
I'm
it.
not entirely sold on it yet. And then the other day is CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk presentation, which has been delayed 2 months, but hey, 2 more months to clear the work on the backlog.
Here's the key.
I'll
Thank
search.
you.
Aiden came to me last
I'm
night.
just skipping right through the story because, to be honest, at this point,
troubled heart, I consoled him
most people kind of know the Diablo story, and also,
wherever he's headed, hell
as
will surely
funnily
follow.
enough, I just retweeted
Shadows
a quote someone
closing on
made
Tristram
about stories
once
in
again.
games earlier.
But like Aiden,
But
I'll be gone
game
before
doesn't
they
need a
fall.
good story to be art. It doesn't even need a story at all to be art. And I retweeted that, just adding, yeah, and in addition, you know, a game does not need a good story or a story at all to be one of the most enjoyable stories, well, game experiences ever. There's a considerable amount of games I play, the plot could basically boil down to go there, hit things, get stuff, come back. In fact, a few games would possibly be better if they just did that. Since then, would have been happy with anything except anyone but Ninjara. Well, Ninjara has been added as a Mii costume, so
Tristram Cathedral
you're slightly out of luck there.
still stands.
I'll be honest, it has actually been, well, let's think, it's been at least 3 years since I've been through the story of Diablo. Because the last time I went through it would have been when I got Diablo 3 for the PS4, which would have been when I got my PS4. Which would have been 3.5 years ago now, I think. Because I never went through the story on Switch because they did the right thing there. And just had adventure mode available right from the start.
Kill me. I don't want to change.
Someone doesn't want to change, they've gotten too attached to those underpants they're wearing. Been on too long, they become part of the body.
We'll rip these brutes to shreds.
Same saying Min Min's top 5. And Screw Ninja is broken. Oh, I did play one new thing over the last few days. Gundam vs Extreme Maximus on beta started this weekend. They're having a beta session every Saturday until the game releases. I gave it a go. It's much like Gundam vs. You can kind of tell it just, to me it feels much the same, but there's still just some little things in that make me think, yeah, I can see why people thought there was maybe a bit of a difference with Gundam, the previous Gundam versus it was released. This is directly based on the arcade game. It's been popular the last 4 or 5 years. And nicely, although it's mostly a beta for like the online stuff, it does let you play the single player branch battle mode, so I was having fun messing about with that. And another nice thing is that most stuff appears to be unlocked from the start. There's some alt costumes for navigators are locked, but it seems like every mobile suit, and at least the normal version of every navigator, is there. So you can choose your like navigator person on the radio for when you're in fights, and you can choose one for just talking you through all the menus. Skeleton warriors, skeleton warriors.
Gods, bring me his bones.
So I'm not actually sure if you'll even let me skip cutscenes.
Hey, I will save you.
Help! Help! Thank you.
Skip to the end.
It is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
That's nice.
We must
I'm going to cut him off almost every line he says. Yeah, because my first time was when the like opening story cutscene cut. I'm like, wait a minute, why is this happening? And then I found out why it was happening.
Uncle, you're
Thanks
all
not. The scene that
Yeah, just by... Oh, talk to the blacksmith. Yeah, I forgot there's that bit. Yeah, by default, my first mobile suit I chose was the Quebley piloted by Haman Khan. It turned out she was a navigator option, so I chose her in both and kind of instantly regretted it. She is part of the Space Traitors, the Space Fascists, and there's some slightly uncomfortable dialogue on the victory screens.
We must be ready to finish this work.
And
We cannot.
her constant comments when you're navigating the menus. It's basically treating you like the worthless scum that you are. So it was right, yeah, we'll change this. So switched to Samira Lee Noriega from Gundam 00.
Swing your bloody hammer.
You are helping them. You don't need to be sorry.
Mira, my love, forgive me.
Hedrig, help me.
Look, the surest road to the tragic end. That is why I have pursued. I couldn't have done that. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
So yeah, I have slightly more of an idea of what I'm doing in Gundam Versus, but I'm still kind of flailing about in it a lot, so it's likely not a day one purchase, but something I might just pick up if it's in a sale down the line somewhere, just like I did with the previous game. But for Gundam games, I definitely still go with Gundam Breaker 3 over anything else. Well, there were a couple of great soundtrack moments during the Gundam Versus beta. Char's theme started up, and one of the themes that was missing from the UK release of Gundam Versus, the winner, was in there. Because in Japan there was a normal edition of the game, but you could buy a DLC pack of extra songs. And the paying for the DLC was, you know, to cover the licensing costs, but they never released that pack over here. Yeah, it's a bit weird having you sidekick at this point. Actually, that's the thought. What's going to happen when we find him?
Your grave awaits. Hedrig's apprentice is dead. I should tell him.
Yeah, right now it's just kind of awaiting the Steam sale and seeing what's in it. And if I don't spend next month's fun budget all on that, I might pick up a couple of things for the Switch. But unless there's a surprise release of some sort with the Switch, there's always a chance of that happening. There's nothing I'm like instantly I need to get that day one on Switch. I will be picking up the Duke Nukem port though. It's Duke Nukem World Tour. After a long wait, because there's been some movement with the legal issues over the music, finally got released for the Switch end of last week, and for the first couple of weeks it's half price, so it's only £4. Same as the Doom ports.
Defenses are nothing.
And all the kind of old re-released FPS games I've played so far have been really fun and just nicely suited for the Switch. Still holding out hope for a Hexen and Heretic pack at some point, but I don't know I don't know what the situation with those is, because they've never really had a proper re-release.
An incredible feat.
What does that do? Prevent all cold damage and heal myself from cold damage. What are the other stats it's got? Well, it's got higher intelligence anyway, so might as well equip it, even if it didn't have that bonus. Yeah, the only things I'm kind of planning on picking up next month, the Persona 4 Golden port, PC port, and Torchlight 3. And also, if they go on sale, all extra add-ons for Grim Dawn. But also, I found out this week, and I don't know when exactly they...
will shed our mortal flesh, and our souls will ascend.
Is this the one we're going into? Yeah, I found out the Ragnarok and Atlantis expansions were both released for Titan Quest on consoles at some point. But I'm going to check, because I have a feeling those are expansions that don't matter until you've actually finished the main Titan Quest story. So there's possibly little point in getting them until I have actually gotten to the end of the Titan Quest story. Yeah, the Titan Quest console port was a bit shonky at first, but they've nicely tidied it up as they've gone along, and it's in a decent state now. I do need to get back to Path of Exile as well, because we're back on the... I cannot even remember the name of the league that was running. But it was the one where you picked up bits of monsters and put them in a chamber and created a random boss to happen.
Your grave awaits.
Okay, no, so this way. And I noticed well, I don't want to say final DLC for Fire Pro on PS4, because it's probably not. But the last bit for now, the Move Creator got added recently. So both the Parts Creator and the Move Creator have been added, so that game already had a solid set of tools for creating your own original wrestlers and recreating other wrestlers as it was. Now with the addition of these parts, the amount of tools people have got is just ridiculous. So I I should actually check whether I need those DLCs to actually use the stuff created using them. Oh cool, sounds in finished story in Hyrule Warriors last night's Haunted Adventure mode. Does that include the side stuff where like the side stories with the villainess's name I forget and Ganon's stuff?
This looks like a crypt fit for a chancellor. The crown must be here.
The Chancellor kept it safe for many years. A noble act.
Because I was stuck on one of Ganondorf's missions, and so was having to go back and level a few of the villain characters to try that mission again. Ah, cool, yeah. Yeah, the mission where Lana splits into 3 clones at one point, and you have to stop any of them from getting away. That was proving difficult for me for a while. And that's where I'd left off. But I think it was partly because I had just a badly placed checkpoint. So it didn't matter how many times I retried from the checkpoint, it wasn't going to be enough to stop at least one of the clones. Okay, back to town. We'll grab a quick drink.
It's good to work again.
Exactly, and another thing I can't do rifts and Kadala's not here, so I can't get blood shard items either.
Something more than makings.
Then help me. I'm a fool.
It's like, come on. Where are we actually going now? Oh yeah, we're talking to you.
I have this.
And down at the Portal Cathedral we'll go. I also noticed Warhammer Chaos Bane had a recent update that tweaked some of the endgame activities and added a new one. It's basically an endless tower full of challenges, and at the end of each floor you can decide whether you want to take the chest and leave, or chance another floor. And if you die you don't get any rewards. If you leave you get whatever was in the chest for that floor. So it seems a nice addition, although I'm still not at the end game yet because I was a decent amount of the way in with the elf, but then they released the engineer class and I restarted the game with her because she's awesome. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling like XP gain is a little bit slower going through all this. That's me just over half a level in 34 minutes. Whereas I was doing about 3 levels in 2 hours. Using all the bounties and stuff. Of course, I'd assumed I would have gotten far enough in to have completed and gotten the Platinum Trophy before the season ended.
Still waiting.
Alright, I didn't want to go down there, but if it gets me out of the way, it gets me out of the way. Yeah, because I did try some of Hyrule Warriors Adventure Mode, but I was specifically aiming to unlock a certain character, but the problem was I needed the Great Hammer for a mission, and you don't get the Great Hammer till really late on in the extra story stuff. And then the game proceeded to torture me by in one of Lincoln's missions. Give me a chance to play as True Midna. It was the character I was aiming for. Yeah, there's a mission I need to... What's the case if I need to unlock Toon Link, but then I can only unlock him by going a certain way, and the mission on the way there was a boss rush sort of thing, and I needed the hammer to deal with one of those bosses. But I didn't have the hammer, so it was an utter failure of an attempt. Still hoping for news on Persona 4 Scramble release outside Japan. Because I've really enjoyed what I played in the demo. Hey mate, is that your twin brother over there, Korak?
Now, back to my mission.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
Your twin brother over here.
Business with the Skeleton King.
As do I. Why have you come here, brother? One of our number has forsaken his vows and joined the demonic coven that infests this fallen cathedral. Damn that traitor! We will make
Yeah, that's the thing I do really like about Hyrule Warriors is you get a really nice solid set of characters right from the start. Link, Impa and Zelda are all great fun to play as. Seem to start off with you've got options.
What made it? Down this way.
He's free! Do not let him rearm!
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way.
With some Warriors games you can maybe be a bit stuck for a few missions until you unlock someone you really like playing as.
Strong spirit by side could prove helpful.
Evil cowers at the sight of just one Templar. Two will bring it to its knees.
Okay, now by having two Templars, is he referring to me and him, Or is he referring to him in his clone here?
Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger. You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this coven?
The Coven is my brotherhood now, Cormac. The powers we serve... Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. If we then onward...
Can't carry more.
Okay, have I got some rubbish I can drop? Yeah, I do. Drop that. Pick up that.
I need to go back.
Back to the town. Yeah, Impa and Hyrule Warriors especially feels really good to players. There's a solidness to all the movements, but she doesn't feel too slow or anything.
Not ready yet.
Just check in case there's anything. No, nothing there. See, I don't think of any extra stuff to. Oh, I did get new wings. I didn't have those. Angus's grasp. Okay, I'd better check in case I did actually get a pet I didn't already have. No, I think I've still got the same pets. So.
Want to find more gold out there? Bring a thief with you.
Pardon me, pardon me. Yeah, I mean, I think the slowest character I've used in the Warriors game would be Gyuki, the giant beast man. You can arm with the giant ice cream cone in Orochi 3 as his joke weapon. Hundun probably comes close. He's a recurring boss in Orochi 4. He's also a big four-armed lad. Orochi 4 might be something I'd stream a little of, because I've still to do some of the ultimate storyline in that. So I haven't quite unlocked everyone yet. Still slightly disappointed with the number of characters they added to the ultimate version. But I think that was mainly because I was hoping maybe the Team Tokiden from Warriors All-Stars would maybe get added.
I'm so good, I astound myself. Yeah,
that line doesn't sound as good with the male wizard. I definitely prefer Grey Delisle's take on that line. Oh, and I did see, I had somehow missed, there was a new trailer for Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and at least one character from the original is back. Same voice actor as well.
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
Good on you, Cormac. Man after my own heart. I do like all the sidekicks you can pick in this, but Cormac's definitely my favourite, just for the voice lines. Yeah, it was one of the, I think it was one of the, I don't know if it was the Guerrilla Collective shows or one of just the Summer of Gaming things. There was a new Bloodlines 2 trailer, and I'd missed it. It must have been over a week ago now, and I just completely missed it, but spotted it, turned up in my recommendations. And unfortunately, the video I saw had the returning character in the thumbnail, so I kind of knew straight away. But it's like, ooh, interesting. If I can ever get back to playing games using mouse and keyboard, that would likely be one of the first I would play again. And I've never actually finished that game. I don't know, it'll run no problem on this PC because it ran basically at 60 FPS on the old rubbish cheap PC, so I knew that wouldn't be a problem. But as with Stalker and some other stuff, I just really don't get on the mouse and keyboard for FPS games anymore.
You dare attack me?
Yeah. So I'm saying I couldn't finish Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines on launch. A lot of people couldn't finish that game on launch, and not necessarily because they didn't want to. That was a very, very buggy game. But these days there's the fan patch, which at least on the good old games version, I believe they actually include the fan patch as part of the package you download.
What mischief is this? I'm so good, I astound myself.
Those reminds me also the club scenes in that game. It'd been nice to see what the club scenes are like in like Cyberpunk and stuff. It's kind of something that I've always liked and you can do in the PC versions of some of these is be able to use your own playlists in the club scenes. That'd be nice. This way now. That was one of many PC games I picked up when I was living down in London. Started on that and Guild Wars about that time. Game I was reminded because I found all my Guild Wars discs recently.
How does that feel?
But to play them I would either need to somehow recover my account, which was about half a dozen email addresses ago. And also I'm not entirely sure I still have all the actual CD keys for them. So out of all that generation of MMOs, Guild Wars was probably the one I played the most. Although I played a lot of World of Warcraft and City of Heroes, the fact that Guild Wars didn't need you to pay every month. Sounds still saying he still has his, along with his 3 or more copies of City of Heroes. I'll have to have a look because I don't even know if Guild Wars 1 servers are still going or anything. I mean, when there was a story this week about Lord of the Rings Online players gathering in tribute to Ian Holm, so I'd say my first thought was Lord of the Rings Online is still going. But yeah, no, it seems it's just been quietly pootling away in the background.
I'm unstoppable.
Because I'll be honest, probably the only reason I haven't tried Final Fantasy 14 more than I've already tried it is because it does have a monthly subscription cost. I'm constantly feeling, but would I ever actually play it enough to justify that cost, knowing how I am with games? Okay, so where have we not been on this map? Okay, there's stuff up there and over there.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
I am guided by prophecy. There's no reason to be afraid.
We are both blessed then. My faith armors me against fear.
My large consumption of alcohol and drugs shields me from fear. So I think that's just going to be a wee passage. So oh no, I've not been up this bit. And there's not much up here anyway, so that wasn't really worth. Keep going this way to this corner.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Skirmish! Give me a real battle!
Oh, and there's nothing down here. here. Now, is this actually going to go somewhere, or is this just another dead end? No, this is where we want to be going. Yay! Also, that's a thought of mine. Yeah, it also doesn't help that because the season's ended, it will have unequipped most of these, because most of the powers, because part of the season thing was you could equip 3 powers from like the same categories, so you could have 3 weapon powers, and I think that's kind of what I had. So again, I've lost some of the advantages I had during the season. Which is a real pain in the bum.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear.
Na 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 na.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
Yes,
We shall put
the warmth
you
of life
down,
and tacos.
Hellspawn.
And also, I found out about an interesting mod for Grim Dawn that I'm going to look into. Someone's basically tried to recreate Diablo 2 in Grim Dawn, which could be interesting. It's obviously not a one-to-one copy because of various things, but from what I saw on the video I saw, it looks like a pretty good conversion.
You will never defeat me!
Oh mate, do you realise how many times I have defeated you?
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
What, the band? Did they all like Scar walk up to the castle? Walk up to the Skeleton King and say, "Hey you, don't watch that, watch this." But yeah, mate, I mean, seriously, I've defeated you a couple of 100 times at least, probably, over 3 consoles.
Need more time.
And down he goes like a sack of spuds. And off we go. The baggy trousers with a bell on, yeah.
Crater.
Like Tanaka.
It was you, then I should...
And off we go. Back to New Tristram.
have traveled.
Yeah, yeah. Do.
This is what fell.
No warrior.
But I did get something. Actually, if I just salvage everything, I can check what it was I actually got that was decent. Oh, this may help. Yes, this is the item I've been looking for all this time. So we're going to equip that.
I've dug up some new
Ah.
things for you to take a look at.
There is, however, a problem. I can't socket anything into it. Oh, this is really, really, really annoying and frustrating.
Tell me everything. It is,
goat
of
man.
course.
The goat.
Yeah, not till Act 2. This is honestly really bloody annoying.
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
My old masters could see me now.
Yeah, it's only taken me an hour to gain a level.
Your defenses are nothing.
Oh, Jesus. See, I'm at least glad I found out now rather than finding out at the end of the week. Ah, jeez, right, come on. Right, try and find this Casper Den as quickly as possible. But saying that, I might as well fight everything that I actually find on the way there. Seeing as I can't use the bounties for getting XP at the moment. Yeah, because I've lost the power that gave me an extra 50% damage against elite packs. Because I'm pretty sure that was the second power I had equipped. So that's just messed things up.
What could have killed this beast?
Maybe new things.
scavengers trapped my poor wife and me down there for hours. I'm sure she'd love to meet you, and thank you for your help. My love, this is the man who saved our farm.
This is your wife. She appears unwell.
She has been ill of late, but my love will see her through.
Well, I'm certain her illness will not worsen.
Yeah, I'm glad to see she's not lost her head over this situation.
She's nodded off.
Yeah, I'm leaving now. Okay, unidentified item. What do we get here? The Nutcracker. A legendary mace. But not a huge amount of use again, because can't really do a huge amount with it or its powers. Oh, come on, Kazradin, where are you? Oh, enemy over here. Okay, so that's good. If I keep getting those, if I can keep finding those bonus XP pools, that'll help a little. Oh, goblin. And also we're back to having just one goblin showing up rather than two now. Now you just get over here.
What a monstrous creature!
Right, that was just the Kazradin. No, that's the lost mine. Oh, just I'll resettle myself a bit. Yes, one game I was, and I did mention this to Simon at the weekend, one game I was surprised to find out had gotten a remaster was the game Forsaken, which was very much inspired by Descent, but came out on consoles, and at least on consoles was a lot better a game than Descent was on the consoles. And I mainly always remember it because Dominic Glynn did the soundtrack to it. And it was one of the games I got free with my Amazon Prime this month. And so that was a pleasant surprise. Along with some SNK games and a few other odds and ends. And although the SNK stuff is by .emu, they do appear to be better quality than the Raiden Legacy compilation. Which has considerable performance issues. But yeah, the Neo Geo stuff all seems decently enough emulated.
Familiar glow. The piece of the sword I'm looking for.
Yeah,
must be in this
Kazvaden, here we go. I don't know, I often forget I've got my black hole and meteor. It's because I'm not used to the wizard builds I usually have, where I don't actually have to worry about hitting a button to fire them off every couple of seconds.
Who are you to take what is mine?
Yours? I believe you are mistaken.
Regard. Very well. Let the games begin.
Okay. Games.
Well fought, but you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
Well, if we're dealing with someone devious, we need to call the bishop.
I am returning to town. We are not the only ones.
Uncle Deckard.
Magda taunted me.
That makes the Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Repair. Back here again. Yeah, well, if it's the beginning of the bishop sketch in Monty Python, the guy who's trying to rip the guy off Sir Von Devious.
That sounds troubling.
It's only happened a few times in
Not so fast, Devious. It's the bishop. And then we go into the first loop.
I can't really explain it.
Yeah, the bishop is why my nun in Lapis X Labyrinth is called Nesbit, because the bishop in the opening credits for the bishop was played by Reverend E.P. Nesbit.
You there! Please help! They're going to kill my friend!
Oh no!
Thieves are what do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Yeah, get on with it. Come on. Hurry up.
Losing my patience, wench.
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Release the girl.
You won't get away from us this time.
I've also just remembered you can dress up as a bishop at one point in Saints Row the Third.
The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
Or the Bloody Canoness, depending on
Here's the relic.
what your preferences are.
With me?
Yes, yes! You look like you know a lot about markets. Now, lead the way! Relic is a fake! Gods, I should have known! You seem like you could use a helping hand, and I sure as hell don't want to stay around here.
Please tell me that you're not considering this criminal's proposal.
Ah, there you are.
What of your betrothed?
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, My name is Lyndon.
Good for you. You stay back at the
Is
camp.
not encouraging.
We'll get on with the serious work.
You must be
Aye,
no.
follow me. I will raise the bridge that you may pass. Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients.
Hopefully, Dokley.
A pall of ancient doom hangs upon these woods.
Are these Alaric's people?
No, these are malevolent spirits.
Drink his blood.
Goblin. Down you go. Doo-doo-doo.
Uncle Deckard called these flying creatures death with wings.
Well, at least it's not cliff faces. That'll be one of the selling points of Elder Scrolls 6. Realistic flocking cliff faces.
Repel them, my brothers!
In fact, that was something quite tempting at the weekend. There's an offer on in Skyrim Special Edition for PC. I could had a version that I can use the sillier mods on, but I behaved myself. Oh, but yeah, bitey bats.
It reminds me of being a
Oh,
child
reminds me, I need to get back to
lost
Castle
ever.
Crashes on Switch. Bitey bat was always my favourite animal orb.
See that coming, did you? Still waiting.
Okay, that's one. So I reckon it's up this way a bit. I reckon. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
Not ready yet.
Come on. Okay, that's the edge of the forest, so go this way a bit.
Need more time. Your defenses are nothing.
I used to love traveling, seeing the world.
But not like this, eh?
Yes, it's not like it was.
Have no fear, Leah. We will make this world safe again.
And you know, we will. But spoilers. Let's head back there quicker, just be doing this. That's a 1 and 2.
The temple is open. Enter and defeat the guardians within.
Oh, we
Although
will,
they are my
in just a
brothers,
second.
they will seek your death when you enter.
I cannot fault them for doing their duty.
Look at this architecture. This predates the Sin War.
None may enter the inner. Rise, my brothers. Rise and do battle.
You may enter our most sacred place.
The spirit speaks the truth. This
The noble hero. And no matter, your mother will soon share your fate, little one. The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood.
What did she mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
She wants to torment you. Don't listen to her.
The world stone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer
Okay,
short
back to need
lives.
trust him again.
Demon Nereza
Up
promised to
in the
restore
gate,
their
little we
power,
feel our
but
hand of
instead
all swimming
turned them into
wangers from the boat.
misshapen creatures and sent them to war against
We
us.
reach the evil smell
We
of
may
chili.
die, but not before she is sent back to the...
We were only...
Yeah, skip to the end. That's the drop-offs. Might as well drop all this stuff off because there's nothing I can actually do with it. Oh, got new pants though. Did they do anything? Not really worth it. Where are we going?
I have some new items that I'm certain you will love.
I was thinking, don't hurt yourself.
Ah, wait a minute. Okay, he's down. He's down here. Right. I'll Okay, that should give us, instead of 37% bonus experience, that should give us about 70% now,
I need to take the.
I will take you, but beware.
which will
Smoke
hopefully help a
rises
bit.
They're destroying the town. Get out while you can. Death to those who defy the power.
These cultists come willingly to their deaths. Magda is near.
Please! My family's hiding in the chapel with the rest of the townsfolk. We must get to them.
Don't run off! You'll get yourself killed!
Fools! You cannot keep the sword from me!
This is bad.
My servants will burn this town to ashes!
There's something coming.
A well-deserved death.
I seek a
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard.
I'm going in here first though.
Damn, it's not here.
While you were on your hero...
I should have known. I must get back to Kane's house.
It's your choice, Kane. Either use your heraldric arts to repair the sword, or your dear Leah dies a horrible death.
All this pain, this destruction. What is the sword to you?
To me, nothing. To my master, Belial, everything. Your rage is overwhelming, girl. You win this round, but if the sword cannot be mine, I'll claim the one it's bound to. In the end, the blade shall be mine.
Uncle, you can't die.
Nothing can stop that now. But there is one last thing I must do. The sword must be made whole. Just as I suspected, the sword is of the high heavens. The stranger is an angel. Heed the journal. The truth lies within.
Uncle Deckard!
If only when my power...
Set all the traps she wants. It won't save her from me.
And then you... Nope. Right, off we go.
This is a matter of honor now. We must not hesitate.
No, it's a matter of hitting things like the pinatas and getting the good stuff out of them. go into home of the spiders.
My queen.
Yeah, you're a bit mad, aren't you?
The air hangs heavy with the scent of terror. This does not bode well.
Good, got another bonus 6 people. Because this map sometimes can go quite quickly, sometimes it takes absolutely yonks to get through. Depending on exactly which semi-random layout it gives you.
A chance for glory.
Giant rats and giant spiders, both of the mainstays of so many action RPGs and so many regular RPGs. I think the game that handled it the best was the Bard's Tale action RPG spin-off that was taking the piss out of a lot of stuff. But so you need to take care of the rats in the basement of the pub. So you go down and yeah, you take care of this one solitary normal sized rat. And you think the victory fanfare plays and think, yeah, that's it, you've done it. Then the giant rat pops up behind you and breathes fire at you. And you go back up in the pub and everyone's having a laugh at you. And also, I need to check. I think I own that on PC now through one of the bundles I got. It's not a Steam copy, but yeah, I'll have to check because I can't remember if I actually installed it or not. I think I own that game on 3 different systems. The Xbox version that I originally bought. I own the Android version for some reason, although I don't think I've actually installed it. Again, I think it was part of a bundle I bought.
My mistress has accepted me. Come close and feel her loving embrace.
I don't think I want to meet
I'll hit this to you, mate, but let you know where the big shiny arrow is pointing to. The next room. We're about to meet her. Oh no, never forget in this version we need to go and talk to. What do we?
Help me. It's horrible. She sucks the innards from her victims. No, it's too late. I hear her. The Spider Queen is coming.
Spider Queen?
Yeah, I noticed that they released that Switch as well. I think they've. I'm not sure if they've released it on all the consoles.
You need her venom to dissolve these webs. Please hurry. I can't hang here like this a moment longer. I'll go mad.
I've hit the button. One, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we please leave this horrible place?
Yes, yes, yes. Come on, come on, come on. This way. Yeah, it's a good laugh. There's a pub sing along and all sorts of just mildly taking the piss out of a lot of
It was terrible being stuck in
things.
here like that. Thank the gods you came
I
along.
seek a man.
The coven. I'm not your
These lands once belonged to the crown.
Here we go. It's a bit weird to be going through all these areas sequentially again. So it's been well over 3 years since I did the story. Actually, the way Diablo does it, I kind of wish a few of the other loot games did it that way as well. That you only actually have to play through the story once, and that unlocks everything as you go along. Because Destiny and Destiny 2, you have to play through individually with each character. Warframe does it properly, in that you only actually have to go through each of the story stuff once with any frame, and that's it. You can just access any of the missions with any of the frames. And actually I need to remember to keep an eye on Warframe because the next update should be hitting console quite soon. Just having to shuffle a little bit in the seat because just getting a little sore. Get out of the way. There we go. What's this one giving us? Yeah, I think we've missed the cart. Yeah, we went way past the cart. There we go. Yeah, that helmet ability, that legendary helmet's ability is definitely helping us build the XP up quicker now. It's only taking us 40 minutes to almost get to 69. Right, use are done. And up the way. So we're getting there. One level to go. And see, I behaved and resisted making a 69, you joke. Although now I just have, so yeah. Come on, there we go.
To me, you beasts! Let none...
Oh, it's just numpty again. You tell him, Cormac.
If only they could see me now.
Okay, need to be heading off this way. Oh, Jesus. Whew. Usually this is quite a good, at least in adventure mode, this is a quite good area to run around because there's normally a considerable amount of enemies in it. I can't remember how it scales for just a story mode.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Couple of numpties.
He's unstoppable! No mortal could slaughter him!
He is here.
I believe it is time to kill more cultists.
Delay him while I prepare his demise in the depths below.
Oh, really?
Hide from me, Magda. They have eyes.
To halls of agony. Hey.
No disguises here.
These creatures won't go down easily.
Sure about that. That's where we came in. Egypt.
Bring him to me that I may rend the flesh from his bones.
Huge, at least buy me a drink first. Yes, yes, I did. Yes, they do. Absolute numpties. Good, another bonus XP pool. That'll do nicely, son.
I'm just warming up.
Yeah, the Alex Crown's definitely helping now. So I wanted it because its main legendary ability is it doubles the effect of whatever gem you slot into it. So it's either useful for gaining XP more quickly, or once you've hit level 70, I usually would stick a resource cost reduction in. Because with the right combination of stuff, with a wizard you can basically have a build that will never run out of arcane energy.
Your defenses are nothing. Is that all?
Got another one of them, that's fine. Let's bonus XP all the way up to 70.
Help me! I'm trapped! In here! In the Iron Maiden!
Oh, this will give us some bonus XP, might as well pop down and help him.
Inside 1263 Yarno Kyrgyzstani.
God bless you! I was certain I was gonna die in there. I heard rumors of vast treasure to be found down here. A damn fool that I am, I believed them. Don't know why I thought it might be inside an Iron Maiden. All I could think of while I was trapped in that horrible darkness was that no one would ever know what had happened to me.
And now everyone will know what happened to you, and they will laugh and mock you. Yeah, I forgot we went outside for a wee bit until going back in again. And back inside again.
I am Asilla, once queen to our beloved Leoric. My servants and I were consumed by his madness. Now I give you my blessing, champion, to release my people from their eternal torment.
Okie dokie.
The gods have seen fit to release me from this torment.
Yeah, I'd forgotten this area came next. This area doesn't seem to pop up in the adventure mode much as one with a bounty.
Freedom. At long last. Freedom.
Hi there. Come and get you, you big numpty.
The gods have seen fit to release me from this torment. Thank the gods.
There is someone amongst us. Deal with him harshly.
Not this way. The chest. Not much inside, but always worth a look. How do we get into you? Through here. There we go.
Freedom. At long last. Freedom.
And one more.
servants are now free, but the curse over this place remains. Seek the warden at the dungeon.
Okay. We're slowly but surely getting there. So being demoted to only being able to do the story mode after the season ended did not help, but only half a level to go and we hit level 70 and we get that lovely, oh so shiny platinum trophy.
Am I alone here? Must I do this myself?
Yes, you must do it yourself. Come on, come and get us.
Then repent your crimes.
Okay, we've got a new bit of legendary armor. Quickly see what that does. Does it give us an advantage? Gives us a bit of one. But really it's a dexterity, it's got a dexterity base, so I'll just stick with what I've got on for now. Oh yeah, you. I'm not bugged about you. Down we go. Oh, goblin.
My bags are full.
Oh noes. What rubbish can I drop?
I am returning to town.
Just quickly head back to Toon. Yeah, maybe. That'd be nice. Salvage, repair. Yeah, while that other legendary armor gives me extra damage when I'm above a certain resource, its main stat is dexterity rather than intelligence, so unless I enchanted it and switched that out, not much use for it.
You dare attack me? Let them take your death. We'll rip these brutes to shreds.
a decent amount of enemies on this level, so we're building up the XP nicely. Well, do you have a license for this ritual? Okay. Yeah, this is the road to the butcher. So I don't think we'll ding on him, but we'll definitely get us closer.
Lear must be back in Tristram, crying over the old man's corpse. She'll soon have another one to cry over. Yours. Meet the butcher.
Fresh meat. Vegetable bad, meat good.
Down the stairs we go. Oi, you contemptible vampots. Stitch this.
Take yours.
I remember now. You have restored. We must move.
Okay.
Time grows.
I'm not going.
Yes.
I have called.
My friend, shall we depart to Chaldea?
Off to Act 2 we go.
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
Okay, just wait a minute. Need to get a proper pointy hat. Right, who do we actually go and speak to? Where are we going? This way.
Here we are.
We need to... God.
I am. She's heading.
Tyrael and I learned
Ice
as
is
a
good. Be careful. Alcarnus sounds like Magda's trap.
This gate leads to Alcarnus. You will need to follow the long road over the canyon bridge and through the Kasim outpost. We haven't heard anything from the Iron Wolves in the desert. If you make it to the Kasim outpost...
Magda will pay for her wickedness.
Ooh, come on.
Take heed, traveler.
Follow you.
There are illusions out there. Mirages to some. But I can see them for what they are. The Coven's foul magic. They will lead you to your death.
I've dealt with these cultists before. Their traps are easily spotted. But my thanks for the warning.
Why are you two whispering over there?
No reason.
Be careful. They are very near to us.
Are you certain? The road seems impassable.
You should never have come. Demons will feast on your bones.
I've missed killing these cultists. Come on then.
How did you... I'm not...
Well, I am also looking for someone. But here, let me clear the way for you.
Right, off we go.
Captain, from behind!
Oh.
Protect the people! Iron Wolf!
If not,
should I...
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. The cultist magic seems to be emanating from there.
Just give me as many things to fight as I can, please. Just basically give XP. Give XP.
There is another illusion here. The cultists tried to hide their footsteps, but their spells are weak and easily countered. If we follow these prints, we can find their lairs and halt the rituals. I will seek out any other traces of their magic. Look, more hidden footprints. This is one of the cultist lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside.
The ritual is disrupted!
This should to remove part of the illusion.
I've lost all hope.
Thank goodness.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils and is a master of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the Prime Evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the Prime Evils to our mortal realm.
Hey, come on, come on, come on. Not long to go, not long to go.
By all that is holy, do you see that enemy over there? Those foul cultists have come this way. The bodies of innocents are strewn across the sands. We must make them pay. None of them will survive.
Still waiting.
Okay, can't quite get over there yet. Whew.
How does that feel? We were ambushed in the cave to help the others.
We'll do it.
Thanks, but there's no time for pleasantries. Save.
There's no time to talk. My brothers need us.
I'm glad you came when you did. I won't fall to you, rotten beast! I thought I was dead. Thank you. Captain, there are too many! That's everyone. Let us report back to the captain.
Everyone's accounted for. Or dead. All right, men. Finish patching up these two and let's get out of this damned pit.
Yes, sir! Wait, do you hear that? Another ambush!
Men, kill that big Latuni! That was a trying battle. Thank you for your help.
Oh, come on, we are so close to that level 70. I thought that would have just taken us over, but I think it's just going to end up being just some random enemy out
More
in
hidden
the sand.
footprints. This is one of the cult.
Not ready yet.
The ritual is disrupted.
There. That ought to dispel the Coven's magic. Let us go to the bridge.
I owe you my life. Bless you.
Oh.
Tell me, what shall you do when Magda is dead?
The Lords of Hell, Belial and Azmodan, are plotting an invasion. I will cause them to suffer greatly.
How curious. You must be the one I was meant to find here.
Yeah, my side's really beginning to hurt now, but I know I've not long to go, so I can keep going. We are so close. I am very amazed that did not push us over.
Now to find the Qasim outpost.
No, nothing that way. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please let there be just enough enemies down this way to push us over.
Always wanted to fight some of these. Didn't see that coming, did you?
And there we have it. Yes! First platinum trophy on Diablo 3. Took longer than I expected, but we have got in there. So I'm going to head back to town. Just do the business salvage and repair. And there we have it. Oh, yeah, it's been a longer journey than expected because, let's say, there was things I could have done to increase XP gain that I didn't get till really late on, and then we're kind of flummoxed a bit by being stuck with the story for tonight's run. But there we have it, level 70. I have the full. Well, actually, let me check trophies here. just confirm. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls Platinum Trophy, Ultra Rare 2.8%, and there we go. So I'm going to leave it there for tonight because my side is really beginning to ache. I know normally when that happens I'd kind of lie down on the sofa, but I kind of would have to really mess around with the camera for that and it'd look weird, so I didn't want to do that. Friday, I don't know what I'll be streaming. I will have a think about it. There's a couple of ideas I've got, one of which is Borderlands 3 DLC, the other which is Pre-Moon Crash, or I may just have just a miscellaneous bits and pieces session before deciding what I'm going to do next week. I would like to go back to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but I'll see. I might not be in the mood to go back to that, I'll be honest. But I shall see what happens. But thank you for those watching tonight and anyone who joined me on this journey to the Platinum. It's been fun. There is another Platinum trophy I'm slowly aiming for, but I'll need to sit and figure out exactly how much stuff I need to do to get that one, and that's for Warriors of Orochi 4. But I might wait until I've only got maybe 2 or 3 missions to do before getting that trophy, and then go for it that way, because I only need a couple of trophies to get the Platinum, but they depend on getting every single little side mission done, and I would need to check exactly how many of them I've got to do. But that will probably end up being my second Platinum, and you never know, I might even decide in a little while to go back and do the Rise of the Necromancer trophies, because I've still got them to get, and that's the expansion for Diablo 3, so I will have a think about it and see. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this run to the Platinum, and I will see you all on Friday for whatever I end up streaming. Bye.